She's been a great accountability partner and had her first listing with multiple offers this week that she put under contract, and she kicked butt on it. So kudos to Melissa. Good job, girl. Keep it up.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I couldn't have done
Good work, Melissa.
Thanks.
Good job, Melissa. Super proud of you. And Jenny, thank you so much for sharing gratitude for Melissa. That was so awesome. Did you guys feel the energy in the room picked up right there? 100%. 100%. Way to go, guys. All right. We had two people talking. Who was the other one? Me. Go me. Go me.
It's Luciana. Good morning.
Luciana, hi.
I have been following up with this contact for about 3 years now. And this week he called me and said, hey, I think we're ready to buy. Can you show me some house? I send you the address and everything. So I was like, yeah, of course. And we start talking and he said, actually, I'm selling my house and my ex-wife passed away and I'm selling my house. I was like, wow, I can definitely help with that. And he was like, well, I have a next door neighbor. He's a realtor. And I was like, did you sign a contract yet with him? He was like, oh, no, I didn't sign anything. So I told him, hey, I'd love to apply for the job to sell a home. And he was like, okay, so give me a call at the end of the week.
There we go.
So I want to make sure that I get get the listing.
There you go. I'm so proud of you. Sometimes all you got to do is ask, right? And right. I mean, what a great script. I would love to apply for the job to sell your home. Love it. Great job, Luciana.
Thanks.
That rocks. All right, I'm going to let a couple more people in and we're going to get started. So I'm going to pick up from where we left off yesterday. And yesterday we spoke on impossible, possible, probable, given. Going from impossible to possible, from possible to probable, and from probable to given. And reviewing the question that we ask in order to get from impossible to possible is what if? And when we ask that question, we find our vision, we find our passion, and that's where we're going to pick up today. So find the answer to what if, and you will find your vision. And that's the topic of today's coaching call. And I'm in the 12-week year. I'm at the bottom of page 81. You can see all my crazy notes in there. And here's what the author has to say. The best visions balance your personal and professional lives. Typically, your passion comes from your personal vision. Hold on one second. Yeah, like I said, I'm in trouble. The best visions balance your personal and professional lives. Typically, your passion comes from your personal vision. And passion is the energy source. Think of it like this. You are a hot rod. You are a NASCAR race car. You're a rocket ship. And the fuel that drives that rocket ship is passion. Find your passion. Here's another way of looking at that. Without passion, the rocket ship is not going anywhere. It's stuck on the ground. Find your passion. Typically, your passion, I'm going to read this again. Typically, your passion comes from your personal vision, and passion is the energy source that helps you push through the pain. Page 81. Pain of change and the valley of despair. By the way, sometimes, this is me, not the book. Sometimes the pain of change and the valley of despair can last a long time. Sometimes it takes a couple weeks in order to experience a breakthrough. Sometimes it takes a couple months. Sometimes it might take a couple years. Don't give up. you'll find it. If you're going to create breakthroughs and reach your next level, you will need to move from the fear, uncertainty, and discomfort of the valley of despair. So here's my aha. The valley of despair creates fear, uncertainty, and discomfort. If you are experiencing fear, uncertainty, and discomfort, you should be grateful. You should be grateful. And the reason you should be grateful is because you're headed for a breakthrough. If you're not experiencing those things, that means you're living in comfort. And comfort leads to mediocrity. And I doubt mediocrity is your goal, because if mediocrity was your goal, you wouldn't be on this call. It is your personal vision that keeps you in the game. Read Simon Sinek's The Infinite Game. The purpose of the infinite game is not to win the game, it's to stay in the game. That's important. If you're taking notes, that's something you should write down. The purpose of the infinite game is not to win the game, it's to stay in the game. And it is your personal vision that keeps you in the game when things become difficult. When you're on the journey, again, me, not the book, when you're on a journey with a destination that is assured, is it going to be difficult? Say yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you going to experience pain? Say yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you going to be tempted to give up or change direction? Say yes.
Yeah.
Are you going to be tempted to look for greener grass? Say yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And as a team leader, my number one challenge is people settle.
True.
I can't tell you what page I'm on because there's so many notes. I can't see the page numbers anymore. Let's
81,
see,
82.
82.
Yeah.
I'm at the top of page 82. Your vision provides you with a line of sight. I love that line. An emotional link to help you overcome the challenges and execute. When the task seems too difficult or unpleasant, you can reconnect with your vision. It is this emotional connection that will provide you with the inner strength to forge ahead in spite of any difficulties, enabling you to achieve your dreams and desires. Okay, now there are 3 time horizons that you'll want to focus your vision on. Number 1, long-term aspirations. Number 2, midterm goals. Those are about 3 years in the future. And then the third is your 12-week plan. Your 12-week GPS, your 12-week 135, in order to get you to where you want to be 12 weeks from now, in order to move closer to where you want to be 3 years from now, in order to move closer to where you want to be one day. And progress. As long as you're making progress, then you're moving in the right direction. So the question is not, are you hitting your goals? The question is, are you making progress? And as long as you're making progress, keep moving. It's like, what's that movie with the little fish? Just Keep Swimming. If anybody thinks of the movie, tell me, because I forget.
Finding Nemo. Dory.
Finding Nemo. and
Finding
Dory.
Nemo.
Yeah. I love Dory. Hi, I'm Dory. If you've seen the movie, that's funny.
Yeah.
All right.
Ellen rocked that.
Oh, she did. Yeah, I'm a Disney freak. You guys know that. All right. Middle of the page. Aspirational vision. I love that word. Okay, so now my cat's gonna interrupt the call. All right. In formulating your vision, you must let your mind expand to imagine and even embrace the possibilities that often get pushed aside in our daily lives as being not immediate enough to command our attention.
Can you read that again, please?
Yeah. If I can find where I was. You must let your mind expand to imagine and even embrace the possibilities that often get pushed aside in our daily lives as being not immediate enough to command our attention, or impractical, or too audacious to even consider, let alone pursue.
What's some examples of that?
Just get ready to ask the same question. Expand on that, please.
Yeah. So one of my goals is to write a best-selling book, right? And I've got not a number, that's an exaggeration. I've got a couple of books that I've been working on for a long time, 5 years. I mean, one of them is even ready to go, Rainmaker. All I got to do is send it to the publisher and it's done. The other one is Life a Lottery Ticket. That's my passion. That book is my passion. And it feels too big to even attract my attention. Does that make sense, guys? Is that a good example? Do you need another one? If I'm a real estate agent and I'm currently doing $3-4 million a year in closed volume, building a business that generates $1 million a year in gross commission, millionaire real estate agent, that might feel so big, so audacious, that it doesn't even attract my attention. To go from $3 million a year in sales to $35 million a year in sales, which is the number you're going to need in order to earn a gross commission of $1 million, feels really, really big, doesn't it?
Yes.
So big that you may not even pay attention to it.
Huh.
And yet, every single person on this call can get there. Now, can you get there in the next 12 weeks? No, probably not. Can you get there in the next 3 years? Maybe. Can you get there one day? Absolutely guaranteed. 100%. Matter of fact, it's a choice. You either choose to do it or you choose not to do it. All right. Take a few minutes right now and think about all of the things that you want to have, all of the things you want to do and be in your life. What is most important to you physically, spiritually, mentally, relationally, financially, professionally, and personally? How much time and freedom do you want? What income do you desire? Write everything you can think of on a sheet of paper. Leave nothing off the page. Have you ever written your goals and gone to write something down and then stopped and thought, oh, that's too big? You know I have, because I shared it with you yesterday.
The beach house.
Yeah, right. Now, take the items from your page that you connect with emotionally and construct a vision for your life 5, 10, 15 years into the future. Be bold, be courageous, create a life vision that inspires you and fulfills your purpose. There are no right or wrong answers. This is the life you deeply desire. And I'm going to add, this is the life that you deserve. Now, if you have this book on page 83, there's actually an exercise. There's mine. there's actually an exercise for you to write all of your aspirational goals, your aspirational vision. And then there's also a space for you to create a 3-year vision in order to be on track to be where you want to be one day. And then create your 12-week GPS or 12-week 135 in order to move you closer to those goals. All right, talk to me. Give me your ahas. Hit your little digital hand if we're going to have a lot of people speaking. If not, just talk.
So it really is what you, as long as you know your big why, that's the core of how you're going to come up with everything else. Am I saying that correctly?
Yeah, 100%. Yep. And Camille, we've talked about this before. Knowing your big why is not something that happens quickly for everyone. Matter of fact, it can change. And I think there's a difference, and I'm not saying you're wrong, by the way. I think there's a difference between a big why and your passion.
Ah.
Okay. Listen, when I started selling real estate in 2002, I had sold 1 home in my first 6 months as a real estate agent, just crushing it, right? Sarcasm. Now, the part you don't know is that in that 6 months, I also had a job as a sales trainer and sales manager for a company in Dayton, Ohio. It was a good job. I was making lots of money, company car, life was good. And then overnight, literally, they let me go. They let me go, by the way, because I refused to stop selling real estate. They gave me an ultimatum: quit selling real estate or we're going to fire you. I said, I'll choose B, fire me. And they did. And overnight, I went from making really good money, taking care of my family, life is good, company car, benefits, so on and so on. My son was 5 years old at the time. Lacey was 6 months old at the time. And all of a sudden, holy cow, I need to find a way to make this real estate thing work. So I walked into the team leader's office the next day. It was Mark Olish. He's the regional director for the South Florida region today. And I said, Mark, I need you to show me how to make $200,000 a year selling real estate right now. Now, remember, I had sold 1 home prior to this conversation. In other words, I discovered a big why. I have to earn $200,000 selling real estate in order to support my family, or else I'm homeless. My kids aren't eating. I can't buy clothes for them. I mean, it was a desperate situation. It was a difference between I want to do this and I have to do this. I was in a boat 3 miles offshore that sank, and I have 2 choices: swim to shore or die. I'm swimming to shore.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I know what my big why is. There's nothing that's going to get in the way. I'm not going to stop and look at my Facebook page as I'm swimming to shore. I'm not going to look at emails. I'm not going to call a friend and talk about the Super Bowl. I'm not going to complain about anything. I'm just swimming. Well, the same thing happened for me in my real estate business. I sold 1 home my first 6 months. I sold 60 in the next 6 months. Not because I'm good. I sold 60 homes in the next 6 months because I had to.
Yeah. So did I hear you say it right when you said my big why? I need to know the difference between my big why and my passion.
My opinion, yes.
Okay.
And
Okay,
it can
why?
be the same. It can be the same thing, but it doesn't have to be.
Okay. Like, to me, my passion is always making my big why better, to leave a better legacy.
There you go.
Okay.
That's it. So your big why is going to change. Your passion's not. Your
Got it.
passion is the world you leave behind when you're not here any longer.
Right. My legacy. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Talk to me, guys. What'd you hear? What are your ahas? What are you going to do differently?
it's never too late.
Mm.
Because your first 6 months you sold only one house, you could have gave up, but you did not. And then your next 6 months you went to from 1 to 60. So like it's never too late. Wherever you are right now, if you don't give up, if you keep doing what you're doing 20 calls a day, 20 conversations a day, like doing the work, you're gonna make it.
You got it. And write this down. Please write this down. What's the price of giving up? What's the price of giving up? Not just for you, but for everybody who's a part of your life. Had I given up, would I be here talking to you?
No.
Nope.
By knowing your vision, that's important to know what your vision is.
It is critically
A line
important.
of sight.
It's critically important. Without vision, people will perish. Without vision, people will perish. Knowing what your vision is critically important. And secondly, being able to see it, your line of sight, it's got to be visible. You have to be able to see it. When Joan of Arc was being burned alive at the stake, her last words before they lit the fire was, raise the cross high enough so that I can see it above the flames. Last words before they lit the fire. That was her vision. That was her proof of hope of a better life in her line of sight.
Can I say something?
Please.
Well, I'm 51 now, and I did so many things in my life, different. Like I was doing orienteering, I paint, I was personal trainer, I was teacher, I'm swimming teacher also. I have a company, the Bubble Swim School, for a lot of years. So, and now I started with real estate, and what I discovered that is not what you do, is the passion that you put in what you do.
Can you say that, Lorena? Can you say that again, please? It's important. It's not what you do.
I don't know. Well, let me think. It's not what you do, it's the passion that you put in what you do. It's not about, okay, what I'm going to do. If it's, you know, you have to learn to love and put your passion in every single step on your life, in every single thing that you do. So it's magical. I want to share something that happened to me yesterday after ball. I was so grateful about everything. I called to my sponsor who helped me to go to Europe and whatever, to China to compete. After 15 years, right? I spoke with her. We start crying together. I say, you help me to do my life and what I have now, because of that, I have my papers here, my green card, because of that. So because of him was the first part of the chain, you know? So say the grateful I have is because I have my kids. It's not about what I did in orienteering, in competing, and the medal, whatever it is, but this helped me to have here my family and have my 2 kids. That is my gift in my life. So, okay, whatever. So after that, when I arrive home, I go down for my car and I was so energized. I say, I will get listings that the people will call me and tell me, please, list my home. I not have to call them. So I went to my building and I met a boy in before to take the elevator, and and I was in my telephone. He asked me, you are a realtor? I didn't have any sign on me. I just talking in the telephone. So I finished my call. I said, yes, I'm a realtor. You need help? Yes, I have the apartment here. Please come with me. I'm leaving. The owner is my friend. He needs to sell the apartment. So I went up with him. He gave me the owner number. I call him, and yes, I need to sell the home right now in 1 month. So I'm working on Lizzie's house, and was so powerful because I did like a, how you say, affirmation when I left my car. So powerful. I say, the people will call me, will ask me to release. And after I get that, I was, oh my gosh. So I wanted to share that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was so awesome. Wow. Wow. Thank you for making today's call.
Thank you.
Right.
My camera is not working. That's why I with that. But
Oh, it's all good. It's
Yeah.
all good. Paige, you're up, and that's it. It's time to
Yeah,
get to work. So
it's-
talk to me, Paige.
Yeah, it's kind of quick, but beyond our vision, what you had said about just that we could disregard a vision that seems too big and too unrealistic, and we'll just discard it and not even notice. And that's a reminder to wait, pay attention when those thoughts come into our head. Pay attention, because this can become our vision. We can imagine greater than we've been imagining. And I thought that was a big thing.
So huge. So huge. In The Traveler's Gift, Andy Andrews shares a story of David Ponder visiting this warehouse. And this warehouse is in heaven. And the individual that he visits in the seventh decision is Gabriel, the angel, Archangel Gabriel, the angel. Would correct you if you called him an angel. He'd say, sorry, Archangel. And this warehouse, in this warehouse, everything that never was exists. Everything that never was exists. And everything that's in this warehouse are all of the things, inventions, solutions, the cure for cancer, exist because God had planted that vision in someone's mind, in someone's heart, in someone's soul. And that person who was supposed to bring that very thing into existence gave up before they did. So therefore it doesn't exist. That's why it's so important. Pay attention to your vision and your passion. You can change the world. All right, time to get to work. Let's work.
Work is 20 conversations a day, not 19, 18, or 17 conversations. When I have 17 conversations, it's because it's close enough I have settled. The 18th conversation could have been $1 million listing that I did not get. I never knew because I did not make the call. Do not settle. Go, Chandra.
I think she hopped off. But
Yes, you did.
the purpose of the call, to make care calls, not sales calls. Always lead with gratitude. Remember to say, thank you for taking my call. I appreciate you. Bring value to every conversation. Go, Diane.
Every day in every conversation, focus on getting one face-to-face appointment with someone that wants to sell real estate, getting a referral, adding one person to my database. Shoshana, or go, Melissa.
Set non-negotiable standards. Above those standards. 20 conversations a day is a standard. One face-to-face appointment per day is a standard. Adding one person to my database every single day is a standard. Find someone today that is thinking of buying or selling real estate, whether it's 3 months from now, 6 months from now, or 1 year from now. It doesn't matter because I'll need listings and buyers a year from now. I'm looking for opportunity, period. Not opportunity today, opportunity, period. Go, Diane.
Because I have entered those 250 people into my pipeline, I follow up with them forever because I reject rejection. No is not a word that lives in my vocabulary. No simply means not yet. Because I followed up every single day, I have created emotional proximity. People do not change their minds. They make a new decision based on a new information. Since I have emotional proximity, when they make a new decision, they hired me. I keep calling because success is absolutely guaranteed. Make it a great day.
You guys are crushing that. You're absolutely crushing that. And
We're
I
going to
am
memorize it.
100% you will say it every single day, and you will internalize it. Matter of fact, mastery is not practicing something until you get it right. Mastery is practicing something until you can't get it wrong. You will get to mastery on this. All right, everybody, make it a great day.
Thanks so
Hey,
much.
John.
Thank you, John.